Well, I haven't made a video in a while, so I figured I would come back from my low place. You know what happens when stuff blows up or it just doesn't go like you thought it was going to. It is what it is. So, here's what happened. So, ultimately, there was a machine shop faux pas. Machine shop work was not up to par. Basically, engine shook itself apart. Cracked 3 mains, second, third, and fourth main, cracks in them. Block was garbage. Luckily, I know a guy, good guy, a Ford guy, clearly, and he brought me a block. Same day I found out that the block was cracked. And so I took the block over there. He inspected it and said, yeah, this one's good. It was virgin block, never been bored out. Clearly, it was a good casting. So clearly, about almost $2,000 later, the machine work has been completed, and it is it's top notch. I mean, it's like Van Damme would say, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I got it back, and it's impressive. I mean, it's one of them things. Like I told one of my cohorts the other day, I said, man, it looks so good. I just want to kind of sit it on the shelf and just stare at it. We know it's going in the car, but you can only go by pictures. You take pictures of it, and you go, man, this thing is, it's. You could tell the difference looking at what the previous one looked like, and I'm pretty sure I got pictures of it. And then looking at this one is like the Rolex of machine work, Not this coming from somebody who, never had machine work done. So looking at the pictures from previous work and then getting back my new bullet, I can tell who is quite meticulous in their work and that they're going to, do what they say they're going to do, and you pay for it and you put it in the car and it's right. It's what it's supposed to be, and it does what it's supposed to do. And you don't have to pull it back out. It doesn't blow up or shake itself apart, and then you got to start from scratch. No one has time for that. And with this economy and money being as tight as it is, you really don't have room for failure. And your machine shop is the first stop there. I mean, you buy good parts. That's you get what you pay for. You buy a decent cam and crank and rods and all that, and you pretty much know. If you ask people and you say, "Hey man, what's a decent set of rods?" or "What's it?" You only got a few companies that make a kit. You got Eagle. They make rotating assemblies. You got Scat. And this ain't just Ford. I mean, it's any of them. You got whoever does Dodge. Their rotating assemblies and and Chevrolet and so forth and so on. You know what you're getting when you buy it. But your machine shop is where the work that's what's going to be the telltale sign. Because if your machine shop don't do the work right, it's going to go bad. That's my saying. That's going to go bad. You probably heard that before. Somebody says, I'm looking at that and you know what? That's going to go bad. Yeah. So not knowing and trying to get information from different people, and sometimes in this thing they call hot rodding, if that's what you want to call it, the car hobby, it's got a whole bunch of different names now. The car hobby, hot rodding, red rodding, whatever you want to put yourself in whatever clique you want to roll in. Me? Pops always called it hot rod, so that's what I called it. You know, you got circles. Or you're a loner. Haven't figured that one out yet. Over here turning some wrenches. This ain't gonna be one of those channels where I go out there and I build this motor in front of you. You know what? There's plenty of that going on. Don't nobody care anymore. You know, you put it in the car, and what I've noticed is when it was in the car, it's all about it being in the car and the sound. I got more hits off of a video of it just being in the driveway and me starting it up, and you know, and then I got a whole bunch of hits off of this stuff on the walls, this fanaticism I got going with the automobile. I got more hits off of that, and it ain't really about the hits. I do what I do because that's what I do. It ain't because I'm trying to get hits or anything like that. If you're like me and you love cars and you like everything about cars, which is, you know, Hot Wheels and die-cast models and listening to engines and going to the drag strip and building motors and being around people who like the same thing. Yeah, this is what we do on this channel. I'm not building any engines on my channel and piece by piece in it. You got people that do that, and that's what they want to do. I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to follow a set pattern of things that happen on my little YouTube channel. I just did this for fun, and you know, the whole thing with the motor blowing up, it slightly discouraged me. I ain't gonna lie, because I thought I was on the road to good, and I thought I had good machine work, and I was on the road to getting the car one step further to being roadworthy and moving on to the next thing. So once it's get the motor in, transmission hooked up, work those things out, work out all the bugs as far as rolling and brakes and all that. Got that done. Roll cage. Road race roll cage, not drag race, because we're not drag racing. But set it up like an autocross car, but it's also a car you could drive. All these things were set in motion, and now it's backtrack. So now it's backtracking, and the economy sucks. So now we got to readjust our plans. So now it's back to square one. We've got the motor back. Now it's reassembly again. So once we reassemble, then we'll get the motor in the car and we'll start all over with that again. I think this time with a clutch, I think the clutch in it is too heavy. It's a stage 3 clutch. I think I'm going to break it back down to a stage 1 because the clutch is so heavy that even I, the large man that I am, has trouble pushing it in. I mean, the Hulk would have more time with just pushing this clutch in. It's heavy. It's a heavy clutch. So initially, we're going to break that clutch down. We're gonna go to a stage 1 clutch and see what that gets us as far as ease of clutch engagement. And then we'll go from there. So next, I'll talk about my next video. I might do a little bit of on what I've got going as far as assembly, but I'm not going to be doing any videos of me putting the motor together because I think that's kind of boring as far as that goes. Because if you have built a motor, you know what that entails, and it's boring to watch somebody stand there and here are the torque specs, and then you do this and you do that. You know what? There's 10,000 to 20,000 videos of somebody building an engine. This ain't my first rodeo. It won't be my last. I got 2-3 more engines to build. Yeah, you know. See, I did that one. That's 2. Put that one together. That's in a 65. It's in a 65 now, but it's in the stages of I need parts. You know, I need a starter. I need a this or that. I need any of these number of things to make this happen. So that's where we'll be till the next video. I'll catch y'all later.